On a beautiful September day in 2024, the headline "Sean Diddy Combs indicted for sex trafficking and racketeering" was released, sending shockwaves across the globe. The moment Diddy was arrested, the world of his 7 children officially crumbled. From private jets and million-dollar mansions, their lives were turned upside down overnight. Could money protect them, or only make this collapse more painful? By 2026, that question was no longer abstract. It had become a reality. Some choose silence, others step into the spotlight. And a family decision leaves everyone astonished. Who remained steadfast? Who changed the most dramatically while their father was in prison? To understand the weight of this fall, we first have to look at the world they lost. For the 7 Combs children, private jets were not a luxury. That was their daily routine. Their childhoods unfolded in million-dollar mansions and prestigious boarding schools. They walked the red carpet and attended high society parties long before they were old enough to drive. But Diddy didn't just raise his children like spoiled rich kids. He built their personal brands from a very young age, whether in the music industry, high fashion, or Hollywood. The Combs name was always a golden ticket to success. But as the saying goes, the higher you climb, the easier it is to fall when everything is handed to you. God, do you truly know who you are when that silver plate is taken away? For Justin, the answer was discipline, choosing the silence of an athlete over the chaos of public life. For Christian, it meant the expectations of continuing a musical legacy. While Quincy had already established an independent path long before the storm, his younger sisters were appeared to grow up quickly under a global microscope in the blink of an eye. And then there was love, a child still too young to realize that the world she knew had already changed forever. They grew up in the same empire, but 2026 forced them to live entirely different lives. So what does that reality actually look like? It begins with the eldest, Justin. Justin Combs, born in 1993, is the eldest son of Sean Diddy Combs. His fame opened many doors for him, but it also brought long-term expectations. Growing up in the spotlight and a life of luxury, Justin could have easily chosen the easy path. Instead, he chose the opposite: slow, disciplined, and independent. At Iona Preparatory School, Justin was not only an outstanding student with a 3.75 GPA, but also the captain of the football team, playing multiple positions and receiving recognition at the regional and state levels. In 2012, he received a full scholarship to play football at UCLA, a significant milestone, as it was the first time Justin was recognized as a true athlete, not just Diddy's son. He continued playing for the UCLA Bruins while maintaining excellent academic performance, repeatedly being honored on the athletic department's list of outstanding students, before graduating with a Bachelor of Sociology degree in 2016. However, Justin's story isn't just about achievement. A question often raised around him was a simple yet difficult question. Was everything he achieved due to his own abilities or the name behind it? Justin almost never answered that question verbally. He didn't argue publicly, nor did he try to build an opposing image. The path he chose was to continue working quietly. This became even clearer during the period when his family faced legal troubles beginning in 2024. Amid widespread online speculation, he focused on family and the truth. Standing before the judge in October 2025, he spoke with sincerity that transcended the chaos. "Your Honor, I believe my father still has so much more to give the world, and more importantly, so much more to give his children." He called his father a superhero who had changed for the better. On Christmas Day 2025, Justin did not attend a party. He spent 90 minutes in federal prison, Fort Dix. According to Sean Combs' representative, speaking to People magazine, he and his son Justin, they talked and caught up on life with each other. They talked about dealing with the hard times now and reflecting on the past and learning from it and how to do better in the future. In 2026, Justin maintained a steady pace of life. On Instagram, he often posted positive content reflecting his life. A recent post simply read, "Coming in 2026," announcing the documentary series he's working on with his younger brother Christian. And in that very post, he shared his genuine feelings about the production of this series. We're simply allowing these stories to be told, and that's the essence of what we're doing here. Thanks for understanding and for letting us bring these narratives to light. And perhaps that's where Justin's story becomes more relatable. He doesn't argue, nor does he offer lengthy explanations. His lifestyle is the answer. Sometimes the strongest reaction to the noise around you isn't speaking up, but staying calm and moving forward with your own discipline. While Justin chose silence to maintain stability, King Combs took a different approach, facing the pressure directly but through music. Born in 1998, King Combs didn't carve his own path in the music industry. The red carpet was laid out for him from day one, but that privilege came at a high price. Everything he did was compared to his great father. In 2022, he achieved a memorable milestone when his song Can't Stop, Won't Stop, a collaboration with Kodak Black, reached #1 on the Mediabase Urban Radio chart. Even more remarkably, at the same time, Diddy also topped another R&B chart. This is a rare case of father and son simultaneously reaching the top of the charts. King shared his feelings at the time with Vibe's editor-in-chief. "Locking in my first one record is crazy. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into getting this record to where it is. We're finally here, and we can't stop now." But the further he progressed, the more pressure he faced, and the question kept repeating, is this a personal breakthrough or simply the influence by his family background? After Diddy's arrest in 2024, that public pressure appeared to increase. King didn't stay silent. He chose to speak through his music. In May 2024, he released Pick a Side, an emotional response to criticism directed at his family. In June 2025, King released the EP Never Stop, produced by Kanye West and himself. The EP, though only 16 minutes long, is very personal, including songs like Lonely Roads, featuring Northwest, Yeah, and Jazz. Kim dedicated to his mother Kim Porter and Diddy Free. In an interview with Billboard, King shared about the song Kim and his mother's advice. He said his mother always advised him to be myself and just keep going. In life, there's going to be a lot of obstacles, a lot of people trying to doubt you, a lot of people trying to push you in different ways, and just to stay focused and do what I want to do. And that advice became the title of his EP, Never Stop, a motto he still holds to this day. Besides music, King's self-expression on Instagram is quite consistent. Still fashion images, studio shots, and stage performances, but interspersed with family moments and direct, uninhibited messages. On Father's Day 2025, his post conveyed a clear message in just one sentence. "Happy Father's Day, Pops. I love you and miss you. We waiting for you at home." In 2026, through a docuseries on Zeus Network, King and Justin begin to tell their own story. From a personal perspective, having a prestigious name can open doors, but it also puts you under a giant microscope. For King, that means every step must prove itself more clearly, not just continuing the legacy, but becoming an independent artist. While Sean Diddy Combs' sons chose different ways to cope with the pressure, his 3 daughters, Chance, Delilah, and Jessie, began a different journey, maturing faster than their age and more quietly. They grew up in the spotlight where public appearances were commonplace, but after 2024, that presence gradually diminished. Not disappeared entirely, but became more cautious, as if each appearance needed careful consideration. That shift was evident in May 2025. While their father's trial was still ongoing, Delilah and Jessie still appeared at prom in matching red dresses, and later graduated from Sierra Canyon High School. They posted cheerful photos on social media as a way to preserve truly youthful moments despite the circumstances. But just a month later, a different image emerged. According to Page 6, the 2 sisters left the courthouse looking tense and emotional. No statements were made, but that moment was enough to show one thing. They were still facing things beyond their control. Instead of completely withdrawing, the 2 sisters continued to move forward. In July 2025, they launched their fashion brand 1221. In their announcement, they shared a heartfelt message. This isn't just a brand, it's our story, our bond, our roots, built from who we are, not just what we wear. By early 2026, they will be strutting down the catwalk in Beverly Hills, no longer just girls in the family spotlight, but women forging their own paths. Unlike her 2 younger sisters, Chance has chosen a different life. She rarely appears in public anymore, and on Instagram, what she shares is very down to earth. Going out, going to the beach, spending time with family, taking care of her sister. There are no noisy posts or explanations about what's happening. At 20, Chance is like creating a space for herself, slowing down, being more private, and keeping what's important close. The 3 of them aren't disappearing, they're just growing up faster than usual. While others are forced to adapt as events unfold, for Quincy, it felt different, as if he had been prepared beforehand. Quincy Brown, born in 1991, is the biological son of Kim Porter and Al B. Shure, raised by Diddy from a young age and called him Pops. But his path wasn't entirely in Diddy's shadow. From a young age, Quincy built an independent career. He acted in films, Dope, Star, and Crown Camacho in Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, modeled, collaborated with major fashion brands, and developed his own production company. He consistently maintained the image of an artist who was self-sufficient. In a 2023 interview with People, Quincy shared the biggest lesson he learned from Diddy. One of my passions, I'm very much into the art of acting, and then there's music, but just seeing how he's able to handle and juggle all these things, I took that from him as my most major takeaway. The culmination came in late 2025 when Quincy released the album Sleepover, a self-produced project as an independent artist. He boasted on Instagram, Sleepover, 11 tracks, pick a song. Unlike many others, Quincy doesn't follow trends, but chooses to separate. He learned from Diddy how to multitask but not be completely dependent on that ecosystem. Therefore, he understands the entertainment industry well. The glitz and glamour always come with risks, and things can change overnight. So when the events of 2024 unfolded, Quincy's reaction was calm and showed clear support. According to Vibe, published October 22, 2024, he was one of the signatories to the family's joint statement on Instagram affirming, "We stand united, supporting you every step of the way. We hold on to the truth, knowing it will prevail, and nothing will break the strength of our family. We miss you and love you, Dad." Following that statement, Quincy didn't linger to argue. He chose to return to work. Following his life on Instagram, it's easy to see posts about his music, filming, or simple moments with family. Quincy understood the structure of the entertainment industry. Scandals can come and go in a day, but a career must be built through perseverance. By diversifying his paths from the start, he ensured that his identity was never tied to a single name. After Quincy, the story shifts to the youngest child. Some children don't remember the collapse, but they grow up in the circumstances that followed. Love Sean Combs. Sean Diddy Combs' youngest daughter was born in 2022. She's just over 3.5 years old. Too young to understand what's happening for Love. The world is simple, living with her mother, playing with her siblings, and growing up in everyday moments. On her 3rd birthday, she received a special gift from her father, a Build-A-Bear teddy bear with a recorded message. "Happy birthday, Love. It's your daddy. I love you. I miss you. I love you, Love." It's a beautiful memory, but also a way for Love to find its way to survival in a world where things are no longer the same. The story of Love concludes the journey of the 7 Combs children, from those who witnessed it all to those who will grow up amidst what remains. As public perception of the family changes, they not only lose their glamorous facade, but also face a major question: who are they beyond being the children of Sean Diddy Combs? Wealth can build a life, but it cannot build identity. By 2026, each has chosen their own path. Some are silent, some continue to move forward, some quietly build, some are still learning to grow. Their story doesn't end with their father's arrest, it begins there, and ultimately, they are no longer just Diddy's children. They are becoming themselves. And if you want to follow stories like this, where behind the glamour lies a more genuine glimpse into people, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next parts.